From powders to supplements and shakes, Aussies can't get enough of protein. So much so that many of us are falling for a trap called the protein halo.
Yeah, it's a marketing trick that makes foods seem healthier because they are labelled high in protein. But our next guest is here to reveal the truth behind the claims and whether you're really getting bang for buck. Nutritionist Kristen Beck joins us. Good morning to you.
Hi.
All right, so these labels, source of protein, high protein, increased protein.
Yes.
What do they actually mean?
Okay, really, if it says high in protein, it's going to need 10 grams of protein per 10 grams of protein per serve, but the food manufacturers actually get to tell you what the serve is. Okay.
Oh, so they're setting the rules.
Exactly.
Okay.
But a lot of them don't even say high in protein, they just say protein, which means, yes, it's got some protein in it, and all they need to then do is disclose that on the label. So over 5 grams, which is not that much. So there's a real trick to that. But we also have this issue coming up now where a lot of the manufacturers are labelling in black and and sort of going high protein, but charging a whole lot more. So we're going to have a quick look at actually how much that all costs, dollar for dollar, when you're spending.
Okay, so what kinds of products are being sold to us as high in protein, but they're actually not healthy?
Yeah, and look, there's some stuff that you can't even walk down the supermarket now where you've got things like protein donuts, protein salami,
protein donuts,
protein chips, so protein cookies. It's silly stuff. Protein coffee. I saw that the other day, and I'm like, come on, guys. There's protein coming from the milk, so there's lots of protein in our diet. We do get enough protein, but we are on this blinker of protein without thinking about sugars and other stuff, and just the fact that there's naturally good proteins that have lots and lots more fibre and vitamins and minerals and things in there too.
Right, so if you want more protein there are cheaper and better ways of getting it into your diet.
Yes. So in particular, one of the biggest ones, as we all know, if you get to the yoghurt aisle, there is normal Greek yoghurt is very high in protein, naturally high in protein. But even the same brands have actually then created the high protein version, or they won't say high, but it'll just say protein on it. And dollar for dollar, there's a comparison up on screen, but the numbers are actually far more expensive to buy the protein version rather than the low-fat natural Greek yoghurt anyway.
Okay, so just buy the basic one and you'll be right.
Exactly.
What about protein bars?
Protein bars, so we did a comparison against eggs, and realistically, massive difference in terms of just buying eggs dollar for dollar. You've got, so protein bars good, but understanding that it's actually burning a lot of money in terms of if you want grams of protein in your diet, and food's getting more and more expensive.
Well, how much do you actually need? How much protein do you need in your diet?
So the RDI is 0.75 for women, 0.75 per grams of kilo. Sorry,
per kilo.
0.75 grams of protein per kilo body of weight per day, and 0.84 for men. But most people are actually aiming, and most nutrition these days is sort of saying more 1 to 2 grams. 1 to 1.5 grams. But there's that just fixation where we're not considering fibre, vitamins, minerals, etc.
And this food labelling doesn't help that confusion then.
Exactly.
Do we need an overhaul, a relook at how we label food?
Absolutely. And there's more health star rating stuff coming back in, and there's a lot more, even legal looks at what's actually being claimed in foods at the moment. So I think this is going to be a real watch this space, hopefully, because as we know, protein is really good for us. It keeps us feeling fuller for longer. It keeps our lean muscle mass. We want to aim on that, but it's not the only thing, and it's also the numbers tend to actually sort of make us focus.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.